Welcome to all of you. I am Anil Arora, Assistant Professor in Electronics and Communication Engineering Department. Today we will discuss the second session of power amplifiers. In the last session, we discussed introduction and need of power amplifiers. We also briefly discussed the classification of power amplifiers. In today's lecture, we will discuss Class A amplifier in detail. It has two types. One is the series fed Class A power amplifier and transformer coupled Class A amplifier. We will discuss their circuit diagrams, working and efficiency. In Class A amplifiers, the Q point is set in the middle of load line. Here we can see that the Q point is set in the middle of load line so that the AC signal can swing a full cycle in the output. The output signal varies for a full 360 degree of the input cycle as we discussed in our last session. Today, we will discuss the series fed Class A amplifier and transformer coupled Class A amplifier. As the name suggests, in the series fed Class A amplifier, the load is directly connected in the output side and which is in series with the collector. The transistor used is a high power transistor since we are discussing about the power amplifiers. So let's discuss its circuit diagram. The simple fixed bias circuit connections can be used to describe the working of series fed Class A power amplifier. So let's draw the circuit for series fed Class A amplifier. For that, we have a transistor. Emitter is connected to the ground. Here we have the collector resistance and we have the base resistor on this side. Here we connect the VCC, and as we discussed, the load is directly connected in the output side in series with the collector. So we put our load resistance in place of RC and this is RB. The current IB flows through in this direction and here we have the IC. So this is the circuit for series fed Class A power amplifier. Now let's discuss the transformer coupled Class A amplifier. In the transformer coupled Class A amplifier, the load is connected through the transformer. So let's draw the circuit for that. Here we have the transistor. Instead of load resistor, here we have the transformer. So we'll discuss. Finally, on the other side, we connect the load resistance on this side. Here we have the primary coil of the transformer. Here we have the secondary coil of the transformer. So we connect the VCC at this point. This is RB and this is RL. Here we have the V1, that is the voltage across the primary coil. Here we have the V2, that means the voltage at the secondary of the transformer, and V2 is equal to the output voltage, that is the V naught. There are two advantages of transformer coupled amplifier. Number one, on the output side, we want only the amplified version of input signal should flow through the RL. So by using the transformer on the output side, it avoids DC to flow through the load. Only the amplified version of input AC signal will flow through the load resistance. Second advantage is it provides the impedance matching to transfer maximum power to the load. Now let's discuss the various operations of Class A amplifier. So first of all, let's discuss the DC bias operation of the amplifier. The DC bias set by VCC and RB fixes the DC base bias current at this value. So applying KVL at the input section, So if we apply the KVL at the input section means in this way, if we apply the KVL, then the equation will be VCC is equal to IBRB plus VBE. So we can find out RB is equal to IB is equal to VCC minus VBE divided by RB. Hence, since we know that VB is equal to 0.7 volt, so we can say that IB is equal to VCC minus 0.7 volt divided by RB. This is the value of base current at this DC bias. So next, since the IC is equal to beta IB, IC is equal to beta IB. We know that beta, where beta is the gain of the transistor, and applying KVL on the output section, we find VCC is equal to ICRC, in this case RL. So ICRL plus VCE in this case only. Generally we write it as ICRC in the general form. So we write it as this one. So this is the KVL at the output section on this section. So when we have the 0 VCE, 0 VCE means on this section, when VC is the 0, we find the IC, then IC is equal to VCC by RC. Here we can see that when VC is equal to 0, IC is equal to VCC by RC. When IC is equal to 0, then we can write it as the VCE is equal to VCC. So we find the 2 points, one on the x-axis when VC is equal to 0 and when IC is equal to 0, and 1 point on the y-axis when VC is equal to 0. So by connecting these two lines, we find the load line. So this is the DC load line. We can see here that this is the DC load line. The intersection point of IBQ means this is the IBQ. When we have not applied any AC, then that current, base current, is called the IBQ, quotient point base current. The intersection of base current, quotient base current, and the load line is called the Q point or operating point. Now, second one is the AC bias operation. When we have applied the AC signal in the input circuit, then we find this kind of graph. Here, this is the input signal to the amplifier. This is the input signal. And this is the output voltage swing, which we are getting at collector emitter terminals, output voltage swing. And this, here we find the collector current, that is the output current swing. Output current swing. When the output varies around its quotient point, here we get the IC maximum. Here it is the IC minimum value of collector current. Here we get the VCE minimum, and here we get the VCE maximum. Here is the Q point. So in this way, this is the AC operation. So when we apply the input signal, so in the AC operation, when we apply the input signal, we can get the value of collector current in the intersection where it cuts the y-axis and at this point. So this is the we can get the output current swing. Here we can get the voltage swing. Transformer coupled class A amplifier. So let us see how it is different from the series fed class A amplifier. So this is the output characteristics of transformer coupled amplifier. So here we have the DC load line here, and here we have the AC load line. One important thing we can observe here is that the DC load line is a straight line. it has no point on the y-axis. It is just a straight line. So why it is a straight line? Now, if we observe here, instead of resistance, we have connected the transformer. And for the DC signal, when we have not applied any AC signal, only DC signal will flow. For the DC signal, the DC resistance of the primary winding of the transformer will be zero. Means no resistance will be there in case of DC signal. As we know that VCC is equal to ICRC plus VCE. Okay, so when there is a no resistance, that RC will be equal to zero. Hence, VCE is equal to VCC. Okay, so this is the point on the x-axis. So here we can observe that this is the VCEQ, which is equal to VCC. Here also it is written, which is equal to VCC. Okay, so for the second point, we know that IC is equal to VCC upon RC. When the resistance is equal to zero, we can say that the collector current is infinite. So the point on the y-axis is at infinite. Hence, this DC load line is a straight line. Okay. So when we apply the AC signal, when we give the AC signal to the input of the amplifier, some AC amplified AC signal will flow. When the AC signal will flow, its resistance will not be zero. It will have some finite value. When it will have some finite value, then the current, this current, if this is the value of resistance is finite, then there will be some finite value of collector current also. So this is that value. Hence, for the DC load line, it is a straight line, but for the AC, it is not a straight line. It is it is having a 2 point, one on the x-axis and one on the y-axis. Okay, so here we can see this is the important point, that the DC load line is the straight line in case of transformer coupled amplifier. So we will discuss in the efficiency part that this will make difference in the efficiency of the both types of class A amplifiers. Now we will discuss the efficiency of the amplifier. Since we know that the efficiency is the output power by the input power, output power, ratio of output power to the input power. This is the efficiency of the amplifier. In case of our power amplifier, we will use the term conversion efficiency, since we are converting the DC power to the AC power. So hence the conversion efficiency is the capability of an amplifier to convert the DC power to the AC power, which is represented at eta. Hence eta is equal to signal power delivered to the load, that is the AC signal power delivered to the load divided by the DC power supplied to the output circuit. DC power supplied to the output circuit. Since we are calculating efficiency, so we will find it in percentage. Hence, the eta is equal to signal power or AC signal power to the load divided by the DC signal supplied to the output circuit. Okay. So now for this we have to find the AC output signal, output power, that is equal to Vrms multiplied by Irms. Okay, so we know that V into I is equal to power. In case of AC, it is Vrms into Irms, and we know that Vrms is equal to Vm by root 2, and Irms is also Im by root 2, where Vm and Im is the peak values. Hence, we can say that 1 by 2 of Vm or into Im is the AC power. Now for the DC power, P IDC, that is the input power supplied by the battery, that is equal to VCC into ICQ. Okay, this is the DC power supplied to the circuit. Hence, we can say that eta is equal to 1 by 2 Vm Im divided by VCC into ICQ into 100%. Or we can say that is equal to 50 Vm Im by VCC into ICQ percent. Now, this is the general expression for the conversion efficiency. Now we have to find out the maximum efficiency. The maximum efficiency of the amplifier. Now, to find the maximum efficiency, let's draw the output characteristics one again. So here we have the on the y-axis we have IC, on the x-axis we have VCE. Here we have the load line. Here we have the Q point. This is the ICQ. Here we have the VCE Q. And if we show the swing of the collector current, then this is the full swing of the collector current. And here we have the swing of collector emitter voltage. Now, if we have to find the maximum efficiency, there are two assumptions. One assumption is that the amplifier should be the ideal one, means it should be the distortionless. It should not consume or dissipate any power within it. The second assumption is that such that the excitation should be such that the current, the minimum current I minimum should be equal to 0. So the first assumption is the ideal amplifier, means ideal distortionless amplifier. Distortionless amplifier. The component should be such that there should be no distortion within the amplifier. And the second assumption is such that the I minimum is equal to 0. Means this point should be at 0 level. This is the I minimum level. And this is the I maximum level. So keeping these two assumptions, we can say that if we assume this one I minimum is equal to 0, by this graph we can say that Im is equal to Im, which is the peak value of the current. This is the Im. This should be equal to ICQ. Now we have to find the Vm. Here we have the Vm. This value is the Vm, or we can say that this value is the Vm. So Vm is equal to Vmax minus V minimum. Here we have the V minimum, and this point is the V maximum. So Vm is equal to V maximum minus V minimum by 2. So if we put into the general expression which we find out earlier, that is equal to 50 Vm Im into VCC into ICQ. If we put these two expressions into this expression, we find out that 50 into Vmax minus V minimum, that is equal to Im divided by VCC into Im divided by 2. So that is equal to 25 Vmax minus V minimum divided by Vc. So this is percentage. So this is the general expression for the maximum efficiency of class A amplifier. Now we will find out the maximum efficiency for two different configurations of class A amplifier, that is the series fed amplifier and the transformer coupled amplifier. For the series fed amplifier, we know that the so for the series fed power A amplifier, by seeing at its output characteristics, we can see that the VC maximum, this is the VC maximum and this is equal to VCC. Hence, VCE maximum is equal to VCC. So, we know that the general expression of maximum efficiency is equal to eta is equal to 25 Vmax minus V minimum divided by VCC percentage. So here we can put VC is equal to V maximum, that is equal to 25 V maximum minus V minimum divided by V maximum. So for the output full swing, we can see that V minimum is at 0 point for the full swing. So we can put V minimum is equal to 0 and we find out eta is equal to 25 V max by V max, that is equal to 25%. So we can see that the conversion efficiency for the series fed class A amplifier is equal to 25%, which is very less. Now for the transformer coupled amplifier, when we see at its characteristics, we can see that VCEQ is equal to VCC. Here we can see that, as we discussed also, the VCEQ, VCE Q is equal to VCC. So if we have to find the VM, that is the VM is equal to V max minus V minimum by 2. We discussed earlier. Now if we have to find out the VCEQ, that is the VCC value, that is equal to VCC is equal to V max plus V minimum divided by 2. So this is the value of the VCC in case of transformer coupled amplifier. So putting into the general expression of maximum efficiency, as we know that maximum efficiency is equal to 25 Vmax minus V minimum divided by VCC percentage. Here we have found out VC is equal to Z. So eta is equal to 25 Vmax minus V minimum divided by Vmax plus V minimum multiplied by 2 percentage equal to 50 into Vmax minus V minimum is equal to Vmax plus V minimum. So for the full swing of the output AC signal, we can see that the V minimum is at the 0 voltage for the full swing. So if you draw it as a full swing, we can see that the V minimum is at 0 voltage. So by putting V minimum is equal to 0, we find out that eta is equal to 50% in case of transformer coupled class A amplifier. So here we can see that for the series fed class A amplifier, the maximum efficiency is the 25%, and for the transformer coupled amplifier, it is the 50%. So this was all about class A power amplifier. In the next session, we will discuss class B power amplifier. Thank you.